it is time to do the bash. Let's see the card. Miz, why did you get thrown into this match? Are you fucking serious? Back-to-back Iron Man matches for Chris Jericho. That's crazy. I'm mad about that, and I'm not even Jericho. What the fuck? We welcome you live to the Bash in Sacramento, California, and tonight we're gonna start with a triple threat match for the IC title. 2 nights ago on SmackDown, Zack Ryder almost lost to Finlay, and Primo won a triple threat match to become #1 contender for the IC title. So who's the third man? I don't know. Genuinely, I have no idea who it is. It could be anybody. The SmackDown general manager said there'd be a special guest appearance, so we're gonna figure out who that is. Oh, shit! It's Kofi Kingston! Has this man appeared at all? I feel like he hasn't shown up on an episode of SmackDown in a while. So it'll be interesting to see how he does in this match. I mean, he's still rocking it in the free world. Look at that German flag on his ass. It's still there! I can't believe it! It's a miracle! I'm surprised he hasn't swapped it out for, like, France. And then there's their opponents, Primo, one half of the Unified Tag Team Champions. And of course, when it comes down to Primo, I feel like he's desperate to win. All the gold he wants to Puerto Rico Pridefulls, and Primo is attacking Kofi Kingston. Not the champion, though. Interestingly enough, I think Primo sees the real threat here, trying to kick Zack Ryder out, and he just can't. Zack's fighting him. But wait! He hit Zack Ryder with a backstabber! That could be it. He very well just end the match right here, throwing Kofi out. That could be it. Let's see. 1, 2... That's not it, although it almost was. He was so close to throwing this match out. This match could have ended right then and there. Kofi does not know how to get off the ropes. Wait, no he does. He's just waiting for the most inopportune time possible to jump off the ropes. That's a Kofi Kingston moment if I ever seen one, and now he's getting double teamed by Primo and Zack Ryder. Oh, but Zack Ryder isn't that stupid. He knows that Primo was just gonna attack him, so he decided, I'm gonna attack him first. And now he gets a hurricane rana for his troubles. Remember, in a triple threat match, it is all about maintaining control over the other 2 wrestlers, making it so that neither one of them can get in any offense and just dominating both wrestlers. Unless you do that, then I guess you just kind of win, lol. And Zack going after Kofi, but he really should be going after... Okay, never mind. I stand corrected. Maybe he shouldn't. And that's a kick straight to the face of Zack Ryder, and he is not looking healthy ever since taking that backstabber at the beginning of this match, but he seems healthy enough to taunt, so maybe I'm just wrong today. Who knows? I think Primo's just gonna watch this happen. He doesn't really need to get involved all the time. And now Zack Ryder going for the pin, but Primo isn't gonna let any risk happen towards the Intercontinental Championship. Both of these men are low right now. There is no reason to give them any benefit of the doubt that they could just win the match off of each other. It's very possible. In fact, it's more possible, and now a double DDT by Primo and Kofi. Kofi is kind of a wild card in this match. He wasn't even supposed to be here tonight, but by the grace of God, what a powerbomb. He managed to get himself onto the pay-per-view. Kofi back on the ropes. Wait a minute. Roll up by Primo. Wait, Kofi's not getting in the ring yet. 2, but no! Kofi reacted later than he should have, but in the nick of time to successfully get himself a save credit on this match. And Zack Ryder just doesn't keep his eyes on Primo at all, and it's starting to make me mad, because anyone that does that should be focusing on the man that's been dominating the match, but I guess when you're Zack Ryder, it doesn't matter. Wait a minute. Throwing him off the top rope. Primo goes up instead and hits a whisper in the wind. He goes back to the top rope. He hits a diving headbutt. He goes up. He shoves Zack Ryder. Zack Ryder shoves him, I should say. Kick. What the fuck? And wait a minute. That is still a back stabber. But he gets out. So he goes to pin Kofi for some reason. 1 kick out, though. Zack wasn't going to stay out of the ring, but he is going to taunt. And now Kofi's back in this match. And honestly, double hit going up top. Hit Zack Ryder with a diving head. But no. Wait a minute. Roll up on Zack Ryder. Kofi's just standing there right on his neck, and he breaks up the pin. A lot of pin breakups in this first match. A lot of close calls. A lot of Primo not going for pins when he could. Missing kicks. This is not an Intercontinental Champion performance. He might be losing the title because of this, but it doesn't seem like it matters because he's going back up to the top rope and hitting another diving headbutt on Zack Ryder. Shove again. Getting behind Zack Ryder successfully. What? Primo just cannot cannot get this off. Wait, yes he can! And that is a backstabber to Kofi, but he's hit like 3 backstabbers per person, and now he throws Zack over the rope. The only thing that can end this match, keep this match going, is a rope break, and it's not here. Primo is your new Intercontinental Champion, but Zack Ryder did not get pinned. And congratulations to Primo on now being the first WWE Dual Champion. He is now one half of the Unified Tag Team Champions and the Intercontinental Champion at the same time, unless Ted DiBiase also did this. Primo and Kofi are now enemies, and now he's in the world title scene along with Vance Archer. And after that devastating Intercontinental Championship match, we have for you another triple threat? Drew McIntyre is also in a triple threat, but this time I actually know what happened. The Miz, in a social media post last night, declared that he was going to invoke his rematch clause from Backlash tonight. It's kind of dumb that a rematch clauses last longer than a month, but whatever. Drew McIntyre did face Shad at Extreme Rules for literally no reason other than he won a number 1 contenders match, so I guess it makes sense for The Miz to get his inevitable shot back at the US Championship, but this is interrupting a United Kingdom feud. Drew McIntyre was about to face Sheamus for the US title, but now The Miz is getting his grubby little hands all over this match. Will he turn the tide in Drew's favor? Will he give Sheamus a Celtic Warrior level of impressiveness, or will he just win the title? Only time will tell. And then there's Sheamus, the Celtic. What the fuck is that? That is such a bright green. I'm kind of shocked to see Sheamus wearing it. I mean, it makes sense for Sheamus. He is the Celtic Warrior. Being Irish is in his blood, so green all over isn't the worst thing ever. I mean, Finlay does it pretty well, so. But this is the first time I've seen Sheamus in an attire like this, so. Also just realized that I think the Celtic cross on his back is not green, but all the other ones are. And the game crashed. Great. The Miz getting ready to enact his rematch clause, coming out here ready to fight. And he's so ready to fight that he's gonna attack Drew McIntyre before the bell. God damn it. Does that mean the Miz is gonna win the US title? Miz going from behind. And now Drew McIntyre and, oh, the ref is just getting it. I think the ref got him more than the Miz there, but remember, this is a triple threat, so the ref does not get to disqualify Drew for that. He's just got to live with the pain that he just caused him. Throwing the Miz outside, but he throws him outside in response. Sheamus and Miz follow him. There's no reason not to. Sheamus getting thrown up the ramp. Drew being Drew. And this match was supposed to be a UK exclusive, but instead the Miz made it all about himself. Now a suplex by Sheamus. This isn't a Falls Count Anywhere match, so there's nothing you can do about it, and these two are now just teaming up on... I stand corrected. Drew is just taking the sledgehammer to Miz, though. But these two haven't had the most friendly relations. Ever since UK formed back up, they've been kind of friends. But before that, they were interfering in each other's matches. And it didn't seem like they were going to have a good time. Especially if they got the chance to finally settle whatever beef they did have. And the ref is now coming out here. But wait, Drew throwing the Miz onto the sledgehammer? Sheamus hits him with a flatliner. Is Drew going to win the match right here? No, he's picking up the fucking Miz instead. And he hits his head directly on the post, throws him in the ring, but the Miz isn't gonna go down that easily. He wants that US title, or never mind. That's a future shock right there. Wait, he successfully baited Sheamus. Sheamus is in the corner. This could end the match right here. 1, 2, wait, Sheamus breaks up the pin just before 3. This match will continue. Now Drew's mad, and now they're gonna team up on Sheamus. Even the Miz is pissed off. He's glad that he got another chance, but also weakening either of the competitors in this match is just a good idea. Chop blocks all around by Drew McIntyre, but Sheamus doesn't get chop blocked. He gets revenge for the things that Drew has done, maybe. I don't know the past between these two well enough. All I know is that they're supposed to be on the same page, but right now they're not. And the Miz is down. But Sheamus is just trying to manhandle Drew. Mass assault. But Drew rolls to the outside. And he's grabbing a steel chair. So that he can hit Sheamus with it. Chair. But he pulls the chair out from under him. Trying to stop Sheamus from using the chair. And it's going pretty well because he used the chair himself. And now Drew McIntyre is pulling apart the announce table. He might be fishing for something, but a Russian leg sweep doesn't seem to be it. I think he's abandoned whatever plan he may have had. Did he just try to elbow the announce table? Drew sends Sheamus through. And now Drew realizes that the problem is that that board is made of absolute fucking titanium, apparently. Drew and Sheamus are having a stare down here. And Drew now taking advantage of the situation. Okay, that just worked. Don't ask why. And Sheamus taking advantage of the confused state of everybody in this match, but Drew also looking to take advantage. That's a flatliner, face scraping the table, and that completely collapsed it. Drew sends Sheamus into the ring via ring post. Drew tries to pick up Sheamus by the leg, but he just isn't having it. And a power slam! But that's not what Drew wants. He needs to hit the future shock, and he's gonna hit the future shock! DDT hits! The Miz is in the ring, but he's down? How did he get there? How did... What? Drew wins, I guess? Shit, of all the things I could have expected, it wasn't that, but Drew McIntyre wins and defends his US title. No more rematch clauses for The Miz. No more! That means The Miz go up. And up next, god fucking damn it, the first singles match of the night, and the only singles match of the night that's normal at least, is Brie Bella versus Michelle McCool. And if I had to say anything about Brie Bella, it would be good fucking luck, girl. You're gonna need it, because we are so tired of seeing your bitch ass. And then you're facing Michelle McCool. Are you fucking... We've gotten the same cutscene 3 times! Michelle McCool attacks Brie Bella. Wow. What a shocker. Wow. I'm so shocked. I mean, really. Who could have expected Michelle McCool to attack Brie Bella? Not me. I didn't see that one coming. Michelle McCool pins Brie Bella. I wonder if that'll be the end of the match. Holy shit, the match is over? No way. Man, don't you just love women? And up next, Primo is back after his Intercontinental Championship outing, and he doesn't even bring the title out. Look, I know you're defending the Unified Tag titles, but like the least you could do is bring the IC title out too. You mean to tell me you can't hold the fucking title in your other hand? I would get it if they were heavy belts, but they're not even that heavy. You can wear 2 of them around the waist as well. Look, I'm gonna say this. Wasted potential. You just won the IC title earlier tonight. Why not bring it out? It would be cool. And then there's his tag team partner, Ted DiBiase, who comes out the same way. The reason why I don't have much to talk about with this match is mainly just because it doesn't have much to talk about. Absolutely amazing commentary from yours truly. A true 10 out of 10 experience. Ted and Primo won the tag titles last month at Extreme Rules, and I'm pretty sure the Straight Edge Society never won a match to get this officiated. They just were the #1 contenders according to the wrestler ranking basis that's available on both brands. Ain't that one a bitch? And then of course we have the Straight Edge Society, CM Punk and Luke Gallows, and these two are just phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. I mean, what can I say? This team will never die because CM Punk and Luke Gallows are bonded via the idea that drinking is bad. I know, such a concept to unite a tag team. It's so good, in fact, I'm willing to bet that they'll stay for the next 3 months. Fuck it. You know what? They're gonna stay until at least the end of September. If they are not around by Hell in a Cell, you get to come back and dislike this video, free of charge. And Ted DiBiase and Primo are fired up. Winning the IC title does something to these two. Primo is just sprinting at CM Punk. He does not care. He doesn't even care about the fact that he got out of an IC title triple threat earlier in the night and that he's only had a very limited amount of time to recover. Well, CM Punk has had basically the whole night. Primo is just going for it. And by golly, is he winning against CM Punk? Really? Is this what Raw's best tag team has to offer? A failed moonsault counter and a dream? Oh, but CM Punk got scared. He's tagging in Luke Gallows, but that won't make a difference. It might make a difference. Luke Gallows is a powerful guy. I think it's gonna make a difference. Oh wait, CM Punk's off the apron. There's no one to break up the pin. And Primo just rebounds off of the ropes and hits him. And now I think he's gonna go for the Howl Trifecta, the diving headbutt and everything. Primo gets set back up, but Luke Gallows is just not willing to take a backstabber tonight. Well, I guess Primo didn't want to do it, or couldn't. Luke Gallows might have been too crafty for him. But either way, Primo's gonna take this opportunity to tag in Ted DiBiase, and here we go. Ted and Gallows. We've seen a little bit of a disconnect between Ted and Primo, not too much. The most they got a disconnect about was having to fight each other for an IC title opportunity with Vance Archer. Now Luke Gallows tags in CM Punk, but not before getting his last little bop from Ted DiBiase. You would think that these two would be a little more down on their luck, and Ted just thinks that's the end of the match. Okay. Luke Gallows is gonna stop it though, 2 and breaking up the pin. What did Ted expect? He's gotta get back into the groove of a tag match. What the fuck? What? What was that? I don't even think Primo and Ted have teamed at all this month. So it might be a heavy task for them to get back in the ring and start working together again. CM Punk's back in the ring, but he wants to get one more move in on Luke Gallows. Actually, why not go for 2? Remember, if he gets counted out, the match ends. But he doesn't want to see Primo get hurt. CM Punk successfully lured Ted back into the ring. A singular fist drop for his troubles. But that's a smart strategy by CM Punk. Ted and Primo like each other way too much to let the other get hurt by their negligence. I think. These are bad guys we're talking about here. They can turn on each other at any second because their egos get too big. I know the second that Ted gets that world title, if he gets that world title. Wait a minute. CM Punk tags in Luke Gallows. And Ted knocks over Ted. And Primo too. Luke Gallows might have this one in the bag, but he doesn't. But what if he did? What if he did? But no, Ted counters. And now Ted sets him up for a nice suplex. And that might be it for Luke Gallows' dreams of ruining the Puerto Rican Pridefuls. That last one almost hit the ref there. Ted's got to be more... Actually, he doesn't have to be careful. He can just get DQ'd. He can get DQ'd just fine. And Luke Gallows just holding him here. Okay, he just... Suplex right into his... Nuts clothesline. What the fuck? Luke Gallows now. Everybody's been going after the legs tonight. Primo could easily hit Luke Gallows and he tried to grab him instead, but that clothesline, ooh, setting him up so that he has to get hit by the clothesline. Speaking of clotheslines, Luke Gallows catches his clothesline into a... Yeah, it's a move, alright. And now Ted DiBiase hits the 1 punch. Hit him with a solid 2 punch. And give me a 3-piece punch, please. And Ted DiBiase can now just set Luke Gallows straight up for the Dream Street. That's it. But CM Punk got Primo off, but... What? And now Ted is just trying to get CM Punk off, and he does successfully. Primo's back in the ring. Count 1, count 2, but it wasn't enough. 3. Despite how long he waited. New champs. Why did I say new champs? Ted DiBiase and Primo were already the champs. Ted DiBiase and Primo have beaten the Straight Edge Society and have proven that Puerto Rico is better than anti-alcoholism campaigns, which I think we all knew that. But whatever. People are holding up the Cologne sign despite the fact that Epico is not here. Ted Cologne does not work off the tongue well either. CM Punk and Luke Gallows are now just 1 above where they were, resetting the US title scene. They did not deform. Up next, CM Punk has to go in a match again. That's so ass. I didn't even notice that the first time. That's so ass. And with CM Punk already at ringside, Luke Gallows is left, the Puerto Rican Prideful is left, and Edge is coming out here to face CM Punk for his title in a last man standing match. And remember, the goal of this match is to get your opponent down, not for 1, not for 2, not for 3, but to the count of 10. 10 seconds. And that's harder than you think. Edge has froze the game. And I suppose I will do what I have always done and go on my phone. 10 seconds of being down. 10 seconds between winning and losing. And the ref of all people is in charge of doing all that. But Edge is in charge of getting him to stay down there. And it's no DQ, so he can do whatever. Tables, ladders, chairs, sledgehammers, using the title, using the bell, using your mom, using my dad. He can do anything. And he's probably just gonna choose to hit an execution and a spear still, but hey, it's the thought that counts, right? And remember, this is for the WWE Championship, in case you couldn't tell by the fact that I said it. These two have had something to strive for their entire careers, and it wasn't this. But now they have this to strive for. And CM Punk is gonna be one of the lucky few to get a shot at it in the first few months. Will he succeed, or will he falter to Rated R, Superstar? And Edge with an immediate clothesline, and he could just try and stop attacking him and let the ref count from there, but that's very ungentlemanlike. He is not going to do that. Instead, they're gonna keep fighting. Fighting like usual. Fighting like there is no tomorrow, because there could be. You never know. These two gotta fight like they're never gonna get another shot at the title again, because if Edge loses it, he could never challenge for the title again. Or if CM Punk loses it, he could be stuck in tag hell with Luke Gallows forever. Who knows? Anything could happen in the WWE. Wow, guys, there, I said the fucking line. Holy shit. I feel like I've said that line before, though. But whatever. It's still the cheesy shit you want to hear from a wrestling commentator, so I don't think you mind, right? Peak commentary, more like peak the game, you know, peak. It's that thing. Should I make a video on it for the second channel? Probably. At some point. Wait for the Ultimate Chicken Horse video. Wait, that video already came out. Fuck! Edge goes for an execution, and the ref starts counting, but Edge says, I'm not done. And Edge is just gonna hit him with a spear. And now Edge has got some other things to attend to. What the hell is he doing? Throwing a chair into the ring. Oh, the steps almost hitting the ref in the process. Edge is just gonna make sure that if CM Punk wins, gets up, he's gonna regret it. But he's at a count of 7. He might not make it. He's at a count of 9. He's only got so much more to go. A sledgehammer and wow. I guess that's what happens when you fight 2 matches in a row. You don't get up. Holy shit. I was expecting that match to have a lot more trials and tribulations to it, but Edge, after just 1 execution and 1 spear, has taken down the straight edge Punk. Good for him. But I have a feeling this isn't the end of their feud. It was kind of unfair for CM Punk to have to do back-to-back matches. Very similar to Ted DiBiase. We might see CM Punk at Night of Champions too. 2 nights ago, on Friday Night SmackDown, The Big Show and Chris Jericho had a 15-minute Iron Man match to end their collected feud, and The Undertaker got involved because Chris Jericho was going to face him at the Bash. But The Undertaker doesn't care about the rivalries between The Big Show and Jericho. He attacked The Big Show. What The Undertaker cares about is getting revenge against anyone, terrorizing the WWE, holding their belt hostage. That's what he did. He teleported into the ring with The Big Show and attacked him halfway into that 15-minute Iron Man match. So out of respect and praise, the SmackDown general manager asked The Big Show to decide the stipulation between The Undertaker and Chris Jericho. And you know what he said? Do it again. Another 15-minute Iron Man match. So it will be The Undertaker and Chris Jericho tonight, right now, 15 minutes at our main event slot. This is what wrestling is all about. Making people suffer. And then we have Chris Jericho, who had to go through not 1, but 2 15-minute Iron Man matches in just 2 days. Chris Jericho has to be fuming. He has to be livid. And as he comes down to the ring, he attacks The Undertaker. Dude, I know I said that the Bash was boring, but the same cutscene in 2/3 of the matches? Chris Jericho just attacked The Undertaker, and now he's gonna hit him with a code breaker! That could be the end, but no, Chris Jericho's gotta kick him while he's down, too. Why not? Taker is just immediately making him pay for his decision. And now just ramming the steel steps into him, but Taker gets him out of the way. And by that, I mean Chris Jericho. Big boot on the outside. Remember, DQs are off, but it is still count-outable. You can lose an Iron Man match by count-out, but you can't lose it by DQ for some reason. It makes about as much sense as you would think. And now we're back to neutral. With 1 minute down, these 2 men are gonna have themselves a normal match. But Taker throws Chris Jericho all the way to the other side of the ring, and now just telling him that he's dead. He had the goal to attack The Undertaker, and my golly is he not gonna let up against Chris Jericho after that. It would be a disservice to every single man, woman, and child that Chris Jericho has ever wronged in his life for Taker to just let him off the hook when he is one of the most demonic and arguably sinister entities in wrestling ever. Chris Jericho, wait just a damn minute. Taker throws him off the top rope, and he is not going to deal with that problem right now. Jericho may be a high flyer on occasion, but tonight he is not going to get the opportunity to do that. Even though he has 15 minutes to do so, Taker is going to kick his ass in this Iron Man match. Unlike the last time, we don't need to feel any sympathy for his actions because he brought it upon himself by attacking The Undertaker. I could sit here all that I want and try to justify it like I attempted to last time, but no, he did this to himself. That's the statement at the end of the day. All Jericho had to do was not attack The Undertaker. And you know what he did? He attacked the fucking Undertaker. Full stop, no balls, all dick. And now Taker hits him with a world famous choke slam. Picking him up. Trying to go for a tombstone, maybe? Nope, not this time. But Jericho goes for a kick, and that's a failure too. So Jericho gets picked back up, and he fails. Clothesline to the outside. But Jericho hits him with a low blow. Dude, he's a dead man. Does he even have nerves? That's a bad idea, all right? That's all I'm gonna say. Wait, on the steps? Not quite. Just barely not reacting with the steel step presented. And Jericho trying to get back to the ring. He's not trying to get a counted, even though if both men get counted out, it doesn't matter. Although Taker would like to do nothing more. And barely getting inside the ring before the count is fall. Getting the first fall through count out. Devious or smart? I'll let you decide, and that's a busted open Jericho again. No rest for the wicked, they say, sure. But he did get busted open twice in a damn row, and that's a choke slam. Now The Undertaker just picking him up. What the hell is he going for here? Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Last ride straight on the steel steps. Undertaker picking up. Wait, hip breaker, count of 9. Is Jericho gonna get his fall back? And it's as if nothing ever happened, because now Taker and Jericho are 1-1 again. The fact that Jericho just keeps managing to get falls in these matches is crazy. Taker wants a legitimate fall from this man. I wouldn't say that Taker wants many things, but wait, what the hell is Taker going for here? Inside the ring, and now Taker just hits him on the arm. That's old school. Or the back, I guess. Old school moves, called for old school people. The Undertaker takes Jericho and hits him with a tombstone pile driver, and that will make it 2-1. Ref, count the damn pin already. Thank you. That's that. But Taker obviously doesn't rest. Calls for a choke slam, and then changes his mind. He's going back to the outside. He's grabbing a steel chair. Jericho is flexing his biceps, and now of all times is not the damn time you want to do this shit, man. Wait, Taker putting the chair in between his leg, and oh my god! Taker, no care for the well-being of Jericho. Hits him with an extreme leg stomp with a chair. And Jericho's leg may never be the same after that one. Jericho is so dazed that he's getting stunned out of, oh, that's a choke slam right onto that chair. And now Taker trying to hit another last ride, but a DDT stops him in his tracks. Jericho picks him up, but what for? So they can go to the top rope and get hit with a belly to belly for the Undertaker? Now Taker taking the steel steps, throwing him in. Ref dodges. Steel steps are up on their side. Jericho doing all the flips and stuff, just trying to waste as much time as possible so that the Undertaker can't do any of the devious and maniacal things that he wants to do to Jericho. He's been in this situation before. I wouldn't blame him if he starts to think that there's a cohesion in the locker room to get him in trouble, because he is certainly getting the brunt of the punishment on the SmackDown locker room. Taker, what is there left for him to prove in this match? You gotta be completely honest, in these Iron Man matches, it feels like at a certain point it's just bullying, and oh my god, man, what the hell? He's not even letting up. He just does not care. He's just gonna keep him strangling that. Ref, are you gonna do something? Is this not like a totally illegal move? It collapses from how hard he was holding that down. Jesus Christ. He did that for so long that he legitimately started to get short of breath from how hard he was choking the man. And that's the Undertaker we're talking about here. How much pressure does a dead man have to apply to exhaust all the air in his lungs? And we are almost to the 5-minute mark. 5 whole minutes of this massive weight choke slam, head directly on the steel stairs. Picking him up, going for another last ride. Don't tell me he's gonna do it again. Don't tell me he's gonna do it again. Oh my god, he's gonna do it again. Bomb! Straight on the steps. And it doesn't even matter what Jericho does. That's it for him. He's out. What? He kicked out? Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Jericho, you just sealed a fate worse for yourself than initially ever could have been corroborated in the past. You don't understand. Nobody kicks out of a last ride like that. Nobody ever does that. I think he's just gonna hit Jericho with more and more of what is considered power moves. Letting him struggle, I think. Jesus Christ, right on the leg, apparently. Taker, a 3rd time. We're doing this for a 3rd time, by the way. That is a last ride on the steps. My God, ladies and gentlemen. My God. And I think even Taker's starting to get shocked at this point. Genuinely, how is he doing this? Jericho refuses to die tonight. He refuses to let himself get pinned. I think it's because he just doesn't want the same result as last time, where he can't get a satisfactory pin without doing something like a roll-up. Jericho may have started these matches off playing mean, but now I think he wants to start playing nice now of all times, but it's too late. Taker goes for another one, but he whips him right into the steel. And now, okay, a fourth time will be the charm. Last ride, head first. Jericho, just give up. Why? Why, Jericho? Why do you do this to yourself? Why are you so hell-bent on having this happen to you? You got yourself into all of this. There isn't much I can really say for you anymore other than good luck, because you did all of that to yourself. At this point, the only man that you can blame for your actions is you. Not The Undertaker, not The Big Show, not the world-famous SmackDown general manager. No, you did all of this to your goddamn self, and Taker is just trying to show that to you by giving you several last rides onto steel stairs. Thank you! He goes down. What does Taker have to do? He's just gonna make the pain last a while. He has one more idea left in his arsenal, and that idea is grabbing the... And Chris Jericho's still taunting! Oh my god, dude! And the ref gets knocked down, but it doesn't mean anything. It's the last 30 seconds anyways. The most that can happen is that Taker gets one more pin. Now I think I know where this... I think I know where this is going. Do I? I know where this is going. I think I know where this is going. That's not quite anything onto it, but Taker is just gonna hit a last tombstone on the title. Not quite on the title, but Taker beats Chris Jericho in this 15-minute Iron Man match. And that's it. That is the end of the bash. The Undertaker wins. I wouldn't even say that he won. It was more accurate to say that the Undertaker brutalized him again. Can we do this to somebody else? Does Chris Jericho well, yeah, he does. But does Chris Jericho gonna recover from this? He might be out for the rest of the year. After both of these matches combined? No, really? I didn't think that would make them enemies. What? No, it could never. Jericho's still up there. He didn't go down either division. How? How, Jericho? How?